Right, it is stupid o'clock. The car is all packed up, very packed up, and I'm off to get the ferry. This is vlog number 11, my drive back to the Silver Coast in Portugal from London, UK. It's quite a long video, so I've put some markers in the description below in case you want to jump to sections for things you might be interested in, like the cost or the ferry crossing or the documents required at the time. I left from Lisbon Airport on New Year's Day 2021. I knew I would have trouble getting back in January, but I had a flight booked for February which got cancelled once, twice, 3 times. On the third occasion, the flight on the 1st of March was cancelled without any alternative given. So I really needed to get back, so I decided to drive. I checked the restrictions and the criteria, and as a Portuguese resident, I was permitted to travel back to Portugal, which I was keen to do after being stuck in the UK for 2 months. So I got to the ferry port and I wasn't allowed on the ferry to Spain. So, the good news or the bad news, I should be on one of those sailing on that over to Portugal. However, I did check all this, but as you know, things just keep on changing, so I won't go into the details. But at the check-in kiosk, I was told that you can only get into Spain if you're a Spanish resident or citizen. So the ferry company gave me an alternative ferry crossing to France. So I paid £331 to travel to Santander. Obviously, I couldn't get a refund. Had I have decided to go to France originally, I could have got a ferry crossing for £97 easily from Dover to Calais. Anyway, that's the bad news. So the good news is that I've been put on a ferry to France. However, the ferry company have said that is at my own risk, and if I'm sent back, I have to pay for a ferry back. Now I've checked all the criteria, and France allow you to travel within France if you are a resident of any EU country, which I obviously am of Portugal. So anyway, that's plan B. And the other bit of the good news is it's a lovely day. I've never been to Portsmouth before. Portsmouth is lovely, so I'm going to have a look round. I know some people were curious to see what different areas look like during the restrictions. So this was Portsmouth on Tuesday the 9th of March. It's very busy down by the beach front. I don't know if something changed recently, I can't keep up, but there were people sitting down having coffees. But it was a nice day and it was really uplifting and nice to see people out and about and enjoying the coast. So fingers crossed for tonight's ferry and arriving in France, not to be sent back like people had done on the ferries to Santander. Oh, it's a good job. It's a lovely day. Look at them blue skies. I've been to Tesco's to get my lunch. I've been to Decathlon to get my jet ball gas, which I couldn't get before. So that was really lucky. I'm going to go to Tesco petrol garage to fill up on diesel and do my tyre pressure. Then go and sit by the sea and eat my lunch. Right, I've just come a bit further down the coast and I'm going to sit on that bench and eat my lunch. My ferry is, instead of my ferry being at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's now 10 o'clock at night. And fingers crossed, I get into and through France okay. I can drive into Spain. You can't arrive by ferry or air, but you can drive through. So let's see. Fingers crossed, wish me luck. Right, arrival number 2. Right, so here for a second time lucky. Right, just waiting to get on the ferry. Been here since 8 o'clock, it's now 10 to 10, and the ferry is due to leave at 10:45. Anyway, let's just hope we get off at the other end. The lady in the kiosk, in the check-in kiosk, said that quite a few people had been sent back from Spain that got on the ferry, and obviously I don't know how they got sent back because they check the paperwork here to check that you're a citizen or a resident, so I don't know why. So the ferry was Portsmouth to Weestrum Cannes, which is a 6-hour crossing. The cabin was a 4-berth with TV, ensuite facilities, fridge. I paid £10 extra for an outside, so it had windows. However, that's because I thought I was going to Santander, which is a 29-hour crossing. And you had to book, because of COVID, you had to book either a cabin or a seat, because you couldn't obviously just wander around the ferry. Got 2 nice big windows, but it's a shame because it's dark at set-off and it will be dark when we arrive. So the paperwork needed to get on the ferry and get across the borders is obviously, most importantly, a negative COVID test, a declaration of travel from the UK to get out of the UK. For both Spain and France, they had their own one, but very similar, a sworn statement, which was just to say that you've not had a temperature or coughed or ill, that sort of thing, for the last 72 hours, I think. And then Spain had their version of a track and trace form. So yeah, you definitely needed all your peppers. Right, we are at border control. I must admit, I'm a little bit nervous. I hope I get through. Just to add to the difficulty, my phone has no data. I have no idea why. It always works fine. Obviously, I printed out all my maps in case of this scenario, but that was for going from Santander. Right, me next. Wish me luck. Bonjour.
Station in the COVID, right? Okay.
Oh dear, right. Oh, sigh of relief. One hurdle over. I am through border control of France. That was so easy. They didn't ask for the hundreds of bloody forms I had to fill in. Just all they wanted, COVID test, COVID test, COVID test, the most important thing. So I've got to stop and put my actually I might be all right. I need to put my light reflectors on, my headlamp reflectors on. I didn't want to put them on because I obviously left in the dark in the UK, but I've got to work out how the hell. I don't know why I've got no data on my phone, so I've got to try and get some kind of connection, because I planned for this. Obviously, you can't rely on a phone and a sat-nav for data. I know I should have bought a map, but I didn't buy one because I've just got rid of loads of stuff. And in that stuff was 2 big atlases, which I have never ever used. They've been sitting in my car for about 10 years. So I thought, no, I'll do printouts of the whole area and a written instructions of my journey. But that was from bloody Santander, wasn't it? I have downloaded Google Maps to work offline, the map I need, the first section of France, nearly all of the section of France that I need, but that's not bloody working either. So I have to think. I'm going to try and get, I've got to try and get some kind of internet connections. I've got 3 kind of sims on me, so I'm sure I must be able to do something. So yeah, but I'm bloody tired. Anyway, I'm in France through the border control. Yay! Right, good news. I have data. I'm such an idiot. I don't know why, but data roaming was turned off on my phone. It's quite simple. God, look, it's got light. I was only filmed a second ago and it's already got light, so I don't have to worry about them bloody deflectors. So yeah, I'm off. Music on, map, sat nav set. God knows how long I'll drive today. Anyway, let's go. Music on.
D84 for 800 metres. In 800 metres, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto D514 heading to A13, Con.
Journey now. Seems longer, but it's a lovely drive. Yeah, I've had one stop and I'm going to have to stop a lot because I'm drinking coffee, which means I have to pee a lot. So it's a really lovely drive. The French motorways are just lovely, and I love driving, and it's just lovely. Right, it's now 10 AM and we're on stop number 2. Just used the jet boil to make myself some porridge. Yeah, good progress. Love the motorway, so it's all good. First French city we're going through, Tours, and the motorway is still just free and smooth and flowing. Practically a feast.
friends, yeah, we could be good
kilometers. Continue onto up-8.
Yes, that's Spanish. Oh, is this it? Maybe this is it. Is this it? Yes. Maybe? I don't know. Manual. What's this? No, it's just a toll. Yes, yes. Right, that's definitely Spanish. We are in Spania. What? Oh, and there's a... I need a wee. Yes, I am in Spain. I'm excited. Crossed the border very uneventfully. I didn't even realise I was in Spain until I saw the signs were in Spanish. So that's it. This is the home run. I'm in. Obviously, no problem getting into Portugal. Yeah, oh, I'm so excited. I'm just having some celebratory chocolate. So the problem is it's now about 7 o'clock and I have been driving since 6 o'clock this morning, but I am loving it. It's a lovely drive. The problem is if I find somewhere to stay now, I'm not going to be able to sleep because I have had 3 double espressos today and I'm still buzzing. It's going to take a while for them to wear off, even though the last one was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 double espressos in one day. I have a coffee a day at the most and that's it. And I don't drink coffee after midday, otherwise I'm awake all night. So I can't go and stay anywhere because I will just not be able to sleep, so it'll be a waste of money. So I'm just going to keep going and I'm just going to sleep in the car. Yeah, I've had some chocolate, which is, so I've got and fruit, so I'm having a sugar rush as well. Basically I'll just be driving through Spain high on sugar and caffeine and music. So yeah, I'll just keep going. I've got my king size quilt in the car. I'll just sleep in the car, work out how to get rid of some of this crap and put the seat back a bit. So anyway, oh, I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved.
Continue on up-8 for 14 kilometers.
It is now 11 p.m. and I've stopped. So it's Wednesday the 11th, actually. Is it the 11th? No, it's Wednesday the 10th. and it's 11 p.m. and I started off my journey at 5 a.m. Tuesday morning. Obviously I've had the ferry in between. That wasn't much of a sleep because by the time I got to my cabin and everything, it was about 11 p.m. and then an alarm goes off in the cabin, a gentle little alarm at about 4:30, and then an announcement to say that the food canteen thing's open. So it was a short bit of sleep, but anyway, the coffee has started to wear off now and I'm starting to feel tired. So obviously it's dangerous to drive tired. So I've come into this service station. It's not open, it's not 24-hour, so I'm going to have a nap here. There is a toilet open, obviously I need a toilet, but yeah, I'm going to have a nap in my car. Who knows, I don't know if I can sleep in a car, but I'll have a rest anyway. If not, if I can't sleep, I'll just listen to something and watch something, but hopefully I can have a nap, and then however long that is, whether it's all night, whether it's an hour, a couple of hours, whatever, I shall rest myself and carry on when I carry on. So good night. Okay, so it's now 3:30 a.m. I've had a bit of sleep. I didn't get out my quilt, but I got out a blanket. And I've just had a lovely cup of tea. I had to open my big bag of PG tips, what I brought with me, because I just really wanted a cup of tea. So I had to dig those out and open those. I brought herbal tea bags for my journey, but I didn't bring normal tea bags. Right, it's 6:20 a.m. on Thursday morning and I have just stopped to take a nap because look, this place here, lots of lorries, because I am tired and I'm yawning and I don't want to be falling asleep on the motorway, so I'm going to take a nap however long, but I don't want to be too long because it will be nice to drive as the sun rises. Right, so I've had a little nap and it's starting to get light, so hopefully I'm a little bit more refreshed and on we go again. Right, stopped for, I shouldn't have, but another espresso. No more, this is the only one for today. Anyway, about 4 hours to go. 4 hours, it's about 100 miles to the border, to the Portuguese border, and about 4 hours drive in total home. Right, let's get back on the road. Portugal in 1 kilometre. Quit killing me, dog. Oh my God, COVID test. Residency. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Wasn't like this getting into Spain. So Spain won't let you in by ferry, but you can just drive in. And Portugal, actually I don't know whether they'll let you in by any other means. I'm in Portugal! Celebratory music, and this is royalty free, so we can listen to it together! Woo! I'm home!
In 600 metres, slight left.
So while you enjoy the stunning scenery as I drove through Guarda, I'll tell you about the cost of the journey. The ferry I got was the Plymouth to Santander ferry, and that cost, or the ferry I booked rather, that cost £331. I'm doing this in British pounds apart from the tolls, obviously, which are in euros. So that cost £331. £90 of that was for the cabin. The cheapest cabin available was £80, and I paid an extra £10 for an outside cabin because I wanted windows. That's obviously because I thought I was going to be on a ferry for 29 hours to Santander. So coming from London, and obviously that's going to be somewhere I go back and visit, Dover's the easiest port for me. And Dover to Calais, either by ferry or Eurostar, is under £100. Well, it was at the time I was booking, £97. However, I originally was going to go to France, and which is ironic, and was going to go to Dieppe, because Dieppe is also the same price as Dover to Calais, but that's by far my favourite choice because you save 2 hours of driving because you're further down in France, and you save 174 kilometres of driving for the same price as getting a ferry to Calais. So that would be my preferred crossing. Also, the ferry that I did take to Cannes, it was a really nice crossing. I mean, I don't know if it's always like that, but it was completely smooth. I have heard that the Santander one can be a bit rough, so that's another thing to consider. The other thing obviously people consider is less driving, and what maybe you pay in more in the ferry, you save in fuel. However, I love driving, so that's not a consideration for me. I don't mind how far I have to drive. Also, my car is super sufficient in diesel. It's brilliant. It's really economical. So I don't think it works out as much of a saving for me. So on to petrol, I use 2 full tanks of fuel, not petrol, diesel. Two full tanks of fuel, and my takes about £65 to fill up my tank. So on my guesstimate, it's about £120, £130 in fuel. The tolls were a total of just under €90, about 88 euros. And yeah, and then the cost of lots of coffees, which are great because they're only €1 or 90 cents. And in terms of the mileage and the time, it was 1,207 miles or 1,942 kilometres. And if you did it straight, obviously you couldn't, but straight driving, it would be just 17 and a half hours. But I did it in 30 with 2 naps. So that was the journey. I loved it. So glad to be back in Portugal. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the scenery. And as always, loved having you here with me. Ta for now. Just listen. I hope you can hear this. It's good to be back.